Unusual money making. The series where you guys send me your unusual ways of making some GP. In the last episode, I tried out some decent methods, including our first 1 million GP an hour method. Today, I'm hoping we find some more. I've gone through thousands of your comments and chosen the methods that stood out the most to me, so let's see if they can live up to the hype and earn a high ranking on the unusual money making leaderboards. Today's video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. A VPN is like a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. It helps protect things like your internet browsing data and information against hackers, scammers, ad companies, and your ISP. ExpressVPN helps protect your privacy by utilizing the highest encryption standard and by masking your IP address, no matter the device that you're on. They use the fastest servers, have 24/7 customer support, and are constantly rated as the top VPN provider. Not only does ExpressVPN provide protection, but it also gives you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet. For example, if you want to watch something on Netflix but can't because it's blocked or not shown in your country, you can reroute your connection to a server in a country of your choice, allowing you to enjoy whatever content you like.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I recently wanted to watch Anchorman, but I found out that it was only available on Canadian Netflix, so by switching my server on ExpressVPN to Canada, I was able to watch it with no issues.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
If you guys are interested, visit expressvpn.com/soup. You can find the links in the description of this video as well. If you use my link, you'll get 3 months free with a 1-year package. Thanks again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring my channel. Before we get into the methods, I have a bone to pick with some of you guys, okay? Rumor has it that some of you might be using me as an unusual moneymaker. Ryan says his unusual moneymaker is to stock up on a random item, tell me it's an unusual moneymaker, wait for the prices of that item to go up, and then profit. First of all, Ryan, how dare you? Secondly, if I get wind that any of you guys are doing this, I'll have to send you to my dungeon to see my boy Jeff, alright? And you don't want to meet Jeff. Also, can we take it easy with the buying bond suggestions? Jay wants me to buy bonds with my stimulus check. Zate thinks I should sell my body at the local corner, get paid, and then buy bonds. And David wants me to go mow my neighbor's yard, get 30 bucks, and then buy bonds. You guys think you're clever, huh? Maybe one day. If any of you have an unusual money-making method that you want me to try, leave them in the comments below or send them to me on Twitter or Instagram if you don't want everybody to see them. And while you're down there, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Alright, time for the first method. Monkey nuts. That is the first method. Monkey nuts. Mindreader OSRS on Twitter says he profits around 1 million GP an hour buying monkey nuts on Apatoll after finishing Monkey Madness 2. When somebody sends me a method like this, I get pretty skeptical because obscure items like monkey nuts usually don't sell due to no demand of the item, but I thought it was a neat method, so I tried it out. Monkey nuts can be bought from Sollyhib's food stall for 3 GP each and go for a whopping 180 GP each on the Grand Exchange. You can buy an inventory of monkey nuts and bank them within 5 seconds, which means you can buy an insane amount of the nuts per hour. The method is insanely simple. It's one of those methods where you just buy from the shop, bank what you get, buy from the shop, and repeat and repeat. In 1 hour, I managed to buy over 5,800 monkey nuts for around 40k. So far, so good, but the real test is, will they actually sell? Spoiler, they do. I sold 5,824 monkey nuts for 1,060,579 GP. If we take away the 40k we spent on the nuts, we profited over 1 million GP an hour, which means we officially have another 1 million GP an hour method, ladies and gentlemen. Big news. But why are monkey nuts in demand? Well, it's because of the man Penguin Zero, or as some of you might know him, Critical, a very popular YouTuber and streamer, someone who I've been watching for a very long time. Now, he has the largest monkey nuts collection in all of RuneScape, and every time he streams, he takes donations of monkey nuts, and that is where your demand comes from.
So now it is with great honor and a huge erection I show you the current monkey nut stack at a whopping 4.1 million monkey nuts, coming out to a total gold value of 1.2, nearly 1.3 billion.
Thanks to him, monkey nuts are always in demand. Great method. Becht says there's a girl beside the Dragon Long and Dragon Dagger shop who buys unnoted cabbages for 100 GP each. Hold up, there's a fairy in Zenaris who buys cabbages. What? I've never heard of this before, but it's true, and it's super weird. Her name is Lunderwin, and she's been in the game since 2002 when Zenaris was first released. Look at the conversation you have with her about cabbages. Buying cabbage am I, not have such thing where I from. Will pay money much handsome for wondrous object, cabbage you called. Say I 100 gold coins each fair price to be giving, yes. Bro, what the fuck? This game has been out for so long, and I swear new things pop up all the time that just blow my mind. Like, this is so random. I don't know. Maybe this had a bigger purpose back in the day, but this is exactly what we're looking for in this series. Just super unusual stuff like this. So in terms of money making, she buys unnoted cabbages for 100 GP each. The thing is, you need 1 diamond to actually get into the place where she's located, and a diamond costs 1.9k. So if you bring 27 cabbages and 1 diamond with you, you could profit 800 GP per trip. But that's assuming you pick the cabbages yourself, because the grand exchange price of a cabbage is 40 GP. That would mean we actually lose money every time we sell the cabbages if we factor in the cost of the diamond. There's no general store in the area, so you can't sell the noted cabbages and buy them back. The closest bank is still quite far away, and overall this is just a god-awful way to make money. But it is a super unusual method, and it's exactly the type of creative method I love to see suggested. This one's pretty neat, even if it makes you next to nothing. I've been holding off on this one for a while now, but I don't think I can ignore it any longer. I don't think I've ever had a method more highly suggested than hunting Gout tubers. Gout tubers can only be obtained while hacking jungles during the Taibo Wanai cleanup activity or by buying one on the Grand Exchange. Currently, Gout tubers are actually pretty expensive, almost 700k each. Now, the reason I held off on this method is because I had a bad experience with Gout tubers on my Ironman a couple of years ago. Getting a Gout tuber is a requirement for the medium task in the Karamja diary, so I had to get one by hacking light jungle, and it took me 4 hours. It took me 4 hours to get one, but you know what? That was a while ago, and I'm willing to give it another chance. FPS Motto gave me the most detailed explanation of what to do, so we're gonna follow what he says. When hacking light jungle or medium jungle, you have a 1 in 100 chance to obtain a Gout tuber every time you get a 32 XP drop in woodcutting. While hacking light jungle, you can be attacked by things like mosquitoes, tribesmen, spiders, bush snakes, and Brudu victims. The more jungle you hack down, the more favor you get. You can talk to people around the village to turn in your favor for trading sticks. I was recommended to never have 100% favor when hacking, since it may decrease the chance of you getting a Gout tuber, so I always made sure to turn mine in. There really isn't much to the method. It's actually fairly relaxing. The only annoying thing is when you get attacked by one of the Brudu victims. Other than that, it's just light jungle and chill. Now, some of the messages I received from you guys about Gout tubers made it seem like they were super common, saying I can expect 2 to 3 Gout tubers an hour. Yeah, I'm not buying that. I still think if you can average 1 Gout tuber an hour, you're pretty lucky. I also definitely think there's a bot farm here too, because a bunch of low to medium level accounts all wearing rune and adamant armor, all farming jungle. Someone gets their pugger out here. As I mentioned earlier, 3 years ago, it took me 4 hours to get my first Gout tuber. When testing this method today, I didn't get one in my first hour of testing, and I didn't get one in my second hour of testing. In fact, it took me 28.2 thousand woodcutting XP to see my first Gout tuber. That's 881 32 XP drops that I saw without a Gout tuber. For an apparent 1 in 100 drop rate, I think I may have been a bit unlucky. But you know what? I'm a fair guy, and I decided to finish out the third hour to see if I can get lucky with another. And I did. I got another Gout tuber about 45 minutes later, so after going 2 hours dry of 1, I got 2 in 1 hour. I also purchased 3 red topaz machetes from Wii Shop with all of the trading sticks that I got, since they go for around 15k each on the GE. In total, after 3 hours of hunting Gout tubers, I made 1.4 million GP, which means I averaged about 460k GP an hour. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually not too bad considering you get XP and other skills, and it's a fairly chill method, but I know some of you will tell me that I need to do it for longer, since I'll most likely average out at 1 Gout tuber an hour, so I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to bump up the GP an hour to 550k an hour, because I don't think you should expect to get 1 an hour. Expect 1 every 2 hours, and treat every extra Gout tuber as a nice surprise. I actually don't hate this method. It's very profitable for low to medium levels, and with Gout tubers always in demand, it will always be viable. Ronald gave me some insight as to why my Nail Beast Nails farming method at temple trekking from a couple of videos ago failed. He suggests that I choose Route 1 instead of Route 3, skip all combat encounters that aren't Nail Beasts, and complete all the puzzles except for the bog. So what I tried doing last time was just looking for the Nail Beast encounter, and if I didn't get it, I would teleport out. I ended up getting stuck in this weird loop and never finished it, but this time, thanks to Ronald, I nailed it. Instead of teleporting out, I just evaded every encounter except Nail Beasts and did all the easy puzzles. Not only did this speed up the treks, but it also meant that I could finish the treks and be rewarded with a reward token, which I could then turn in for more items. Every time I finished a Route 1 trek with a hard follower, I could turn in the token for anywhere from 100 to 200 bowstrings. So the main money making from this now involves farming the nail beasts for the nails, which are used in Sandfew serums and go for a lot of GP, as well as turning in the reward tokens I get for finishing the treks and rambles. In 1 hour, I finished 23 runs and saw 4 nail beast encounters for 20 nail beast nails. All of the reward tokens gave me 2400 bowstrings, which instantly sold, and the nail beast nails sold for 16k each. So between the bowstring and nails, I made 580k in 1 hour. I'm going to knock off about 50k for the supplies that I use, which gives us about 530k an hour. I was not expecting it to be that high. It may vary, of course, depending on how many nail beast encounters you get during the hour, but the bowstrings are a huge bonus to the method, which will always make it viable. Zez left me an incredibly detailed comment on how to make 1.5 mil an hour selling jewelry to Grum's Gold Exchange in Port Sarim. Every piece of jewelry at Grum's shop can be sold for higher than the GE value, meaning you can profit when selling jewelry to his shop, as long as you don't overstock him. Items that are sold to Grum's Gold Exchange go through a 10-minute stock removal cycle. This means when an item is sold to the store, one stock will get removed after 10 minutes. Zez explains this pretty clearly in his method. Simply hop around to different worlds and sell jewelry until the shop fills up to a certain amount. I bought the exact amount of jewelry that he recommended, which cost me 4,343,000 GP. Now off to Grum's shop. I'm not gonna lie, selling all of the jewelry was pretty tedious. Most of the worlds had the shops already full or partially full. The only places I found empty shops were the total level worlds and the PvP worlds. There was also definitely some type of bot farm doing this method as well, as I saw quite a few random accounts doing this, but since it's a viable free-to-play method, it's to be expected. If every single world had an empty shop, I think I'd be able to sell everything in 1 hour, but it took me closer to 2 hours to finish selling everything. Off my initial 10 mil investment, I made back 10.9 million GP, which means that this method made me approximately 450k an hour. Honestly, not too bad. I don't know where Zez was getting the 1.5 mil an hour from. I don't know, maybe I was doing something wrong. The neat thing about this method is that it's technically possible in free-to-play. You do need a bit of a cash stack to make consistent profit, but it's viable. Sir Boom, Josh, and Stoof all recommended I cast Humidify on empty jugs to get jugs of water. By doing so, I can make over 1 million GP an hour. Jugs of water sell for a lot more than empty jugs because they are used to make jugs of wine, a very popular way of training cooking. Using Humidify on an inventory of empty jugs will automatically fill all of those jugs. Humidify requires you to use fire, water, and astral runes, but since I'm using a steam battle staff, it costs me 1 astral rune to fill up an entire inventory. This is a very easy method. Get out an inventory of empty jugs, click Humidify, bank the jugs, and repeat. Click intensive, but definitely profitable. In a little under an hour, I managed to fill all 13,000 jugs. Now, Sir Boom tells me that I can sell the jugs of water for 90 GP each. I sold mine for 53 GP each. I took a look at the grand exchange prices of jugs of water over the past 3 months, and the highest they've been is 69 GP on April 27th. I'm not sure if he was exaggerating or maybe he was slow selling them for 90 GP each. I'm not totally sure, but they are nowhere close to that price. So I sold those 13,000 jugs of water for 689k, and then I took away 52k, the cost of the empty jugs, and 78k, the cost of the astral runes. This left me with the final total profit of 550k. Honestly, this is really good. Any bank standing method that can make you over 500k an hour is solid, even if it's a bit click intensive. Now, let's say the prices of jugs of water were actually closer to 90 GP each, then yes, this method would be over 1 mil an hour. At 70 GP each, it's around 800k an hour, so depending on the price of jugs of water, you can make a lot more GP an hour doing this. I'm having a hard time believing 1 mil an hour for this method, but it's still a good one. Wesley's moneymaker is to smith mine shields after the completion of Elemental Workshop 2. You guys remember that quest, right? Well, you can actually go back there after you finish the quest and continue to smith the items from scratch. Mine shields are used when killing wyverns and are also a requirement for an elite clue, so they hold a fairly steady value of around 25k. To make a mine shield, you need 4 coal and an elemental ore, which you can get after killing an earth elemental. The 4 coal and elemental ore are then used to make an elemental metal. The next step is to turn that elemental metal into a primed bar. To do this, you need to go through that entire annoying process again that you did during the quest, moving the bar around the room on the jig cart and operating the levers and valves. The entire process of turning an elemental metal into a primed bar takes about 3 minutes once you get the hang of it. You then need to go down one more level, use the primed bar on the mind extractor machine, and you finally have a primed mine bar. As long as you have a slashed book in your inventory, you can then smith it into a mind shield. The entire process takes about 5 minutes for one mind shield, so I was able to do this 12 times in 1 hour. The 12 mind shields I made sold for 265k, and then we need to take away about 15k for the staminas and the coal that I used, so this leaves us at about 250k an hour making mind shields. Now you may be thinking, that wasn't worth it, all that work for 250k? Now, you're partially right, no, it really wasn't the most profit ever, but it was definitely unusual, and that's exactly what the series is about. Would I do this again? No, but I appreciate the method, Wesley. You guys absolutely nailed the methods today. 5 of the unusual methods I covered slide right into the top 10 on the leaderboards. Monkey nuts in 2nd, Gout tuber, jugs of water, and nail beasts in 4th, 5th, and 6th, and Grubb's Gold Exchange in 8th. These methods are getting better and better. I'm very impressed, guys, I'm not gonna lie, but remember, don't let GP an hour influence your decision when sending me a method. While higher GP an hour methods are of course preferred, if you have a truly unusual method that you think has never been done before or involves an activity or NPC that not many people know about, GP an hour really does not matter. Please make sure to leave your method in the comment section below or send them to me on Twitter, Instagram, or Discord. Make sure to check out ExpressVPN as well. All links are in the description. If you've made it this far, you're a beast. Thanks for watching.